Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. My name is Dolapo and I'm here to show you how to make the bird cage net fascinator. So I have the following materials to work with. I have the veil net. It's popularly known as the bird cage net, or some call it the veil net. I have the bias strip. I have my molded fascinator base covered up with the sequence fabric. I have thread and needle. I have UHE glue. Then I have nail polish of the same color of the blue material I'm using. I have my plier to cut my art wire. I will also need my art wire. I have my scissors, office pins, and I have this fabric to work with. Okay, so as you can see, I have my base molded with paper mat, which I have covered with my fabric, sequence fabric. I'll be using the second fabric to lay the inner part. I have my hot glue and I have my plastic headband. I have my needle and we're just going to start. Okay, so I have my art wire and the measurement I'm using is 45 inches. 45 inches for the length of the wire. I'm going to place the ends of the wire together and have my thread doubled up, which I'm going to use to tie the two ends together. I've tied the two ends together as you can see, and I'm just going to use my UHE glue to seal the thread to the wire. Please make sure that you don't make that part too swollen when you are tying it, okay? So I just place my glue and I'm going to allow it dry, after which I'll use the nail polish of the color of my materials. I'll just use that to cover up the wire like this. Okay, so at this point, I've painted the art wire with the nail polish and I'm just going to place my net. Okay, so I'll just wrap the net over the wire and I'll cut off the excess. I'll make sure I have an extra for it to overlap or just to be exactly okay to wrap over the wire. Okay, can you see the way I'm wrapping the net over the wire? The wire stays in between the net width wise. Okay, so and this edge you're seeing, you can see that it is not neatly cut. I'm just going to make sure that I cut it in such a way that it will be uniform. The nets are in form of boxes. Okay, so I'll just cut the edge and make sure that they are the edge is kind of uniform. I mean, from down upwards. So having done that, this is what I have. I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. That's the other edge. Okay, I'm just trying to measure to see if it's going to go round. It has to go round. Okay, that's to go round, and you have an additional, maybe an half an inch extra allowance for us to join the net together. I'm trying to put the ends of the net together, just trying to put the ends together, and you can see me hold it down with a clip or a peg. From the center like this, I'll start sewing loose stitches. Remember, I have folded the net with the wire in between, and from the edges like that, I'll start sewing loose stitches. I'll start taking my needle and thread through the tiny joining of the net, those tiny holes I don't know if you're getting what I'm trying to explain. Those tiny holes, you can see me take my needle through, okay? I'll just take it through like that. I'm doing 2 boxes away from the edge. Okay, I'll take my needle and thread through those holes, as you can see, and that is 2 boxes away from the net. So I will make sure that I have these 2 boxes like that round. I'll make sure that I keep 2 boxes like that round, okay, so that it will be uniform. So I'll just take my needle and thread like that. Just through the hole you are seeing me take my needle through, okay, just through that part, and I'll take it like that round and sew the stitches. Okay, so you can see that I've brought out my needle and thread from there. Look at the next available space. I skipped it and I move on to the next one sideways. Okay, I just take my needle through like that, skip the next box and bring it out from the second next box. I hope you are getting it. Okay, so that's just how I'm going to sew the loose stitches around like that. Please, while doing this, make sure that the 2 ends of the net are aligned properly, okay? So I've sewn loose stitches from one end almost to the end, and I pulled it a little bit to gather it, and I'll just continue to take my needle through using the same process I explained. Okay, so I get to this part, I just set the net, make sure that they are well aligned, then I continue to sew my loose stitches while I place the 2 edges together. I hope you're seeing and getting my explanation. Just watch what I'm doing for you to get it. So at this point, I've gotten to the other, I've taken the needle and thread round. I'll just pull and I gather it like that. So while you gather, you may notice that the ends of the net may want to go apart. Just pull it together. Can you see I've held it down, and I'll just tighten up that part and then come to this part that is pulling together. So I am going to join that part together. I'll join that part with my needle and thread. At this point, you will need to be able to sew in such a way that it won't be that visible or it won't be rough. So I'm using a smaller needle and I'm also sewing with a matching color of thread, as you can see, and I'm taking it through those tiny holes where we have the net joints together. Okay, so I'll just do that and sew it like that across. Okay, so I'm back to the center point of our brim. Now we can now call it a brim. Okay, and I'm going to place my crown. That's the one I used paper mat to block, and I said it earlier that I covered it with a sequence fabric. You can use any fabric of choice. So I apply glue on the inside inner edges like that, and I'm going to place it on the brim and glue. Okay, I'll just allow the glue dry and press the net down to where I have the glue. So I'll just do that like that round. I make sure it is dry, and I make sure I apply pressure. Apply more glue if you feel what you put there is not enough, like I did. So I'll just go ahead and make sure that this is fixed properly, okay, to it. And then I went ahead to cut the excess net I have inside under the crown, as you can see. At this point, I'll leave you guys to watch till the end of the video all I did for the finishing and the embellishments. If you have been following me on this channel, it is something you should be used to. I'm just going to cover the inner part of this my crown so that it will be neat. So, and after which I'm going to attach the headband, and I'll also embellish with cinnamon. So just watch carefully so you don't miss any part of it. Kindly subscribe to my channel to get more informative and educative videos on hat making, turban making, business tips and trick, or how to use social media to market your product and other good stuffs. Okay. If you have any questions, kindly leave a comment below. I will be glad to answer your questions. And then do not forget to share with someone who might need this. Until next time, bye guys.